I ran across this post recently on Reddit. The title of the post is PSA, Don't Try to Learn COBOL. The title of this post really resonates with me and really gets to a philosophy that I believe about how to transition into a career in web development. In fact, I might even go further than this post does. Let me tell you why. Back in the early part of April, in 2020, if you're watching this way down the line, the governor of New Jersey put out a call for COBOL programmers.
And secondly, in our list of volunteers, Judy, not only do we need healthcare workers, but given the legacy systems, we should add a page for Cobalt computer skills.
If you're a new developer, you may not even know what COBOL is, and that's because COBOL is a very old language. It's also pretty much a dead language. I don't think there are many people building new systems in COBOL. The catch is that there are a lot of old systems that would be extremely painful and expensive to rebuild that are still written in COBOL. And a lot of the programmers that know how to work on those systems are retiring, even dying off. This is a language that hasn't been in wide usage probably since the 80s or 90s. New developers are hearing various states call for help with COBOL systems, and they're thinking, wow, this is a really fertile ground for me to get in and start making a career for myself. It's a skill set that is in high demand right now because a lot of unemployment systems run on it. So people are not getting their unemployment checks or having trouble applying for unemployment because these systems are having problems and the states need help. It sounds like a no-brainer, but it's not, and that is the subject of this Reddit post, which I will link for you in the description below. The Redditors are making a lot of good points about why you shouldn't immediately switch gears and go into COBOL programming. Some of those are that these systems are very problematic and difficult to work on. They have bugs that, if fixed, could potentially break the whole system because the system is now built around the bug. In addition to that, COBOL is a very verbose language, so it takes a lot of code to do a little bit. And if I know anything, just from reading much more modern code bases, documentation is going to be extremely hard to come by. These jobs might end up paying well because there aren't many of them and there aren't many people who have the know-how or the inclination to try to do them, but there's a reason that not many people have the inclination to try to do them because they are painful. Also, the governor of New Jersey is not calling for people who want to be paid lots of money to prop up these COBOL unemployment systems. He's looking for volunteers. So it's not even clear that you're going to make a lot of money if you do decide to go through all this pain. For all those reasons and some of the others mentioned in the thread, I don't recommend that you drop what you're doing and go learn COBOL. I don't think it's going to work out for you in the end. But I'm going to go even further and say you shouldn't be chasing the newest, hottest technology, no matter what it is. Whether it's React or Vue or jQuery, Go, Elixir, whatever you can come up with, you're always going to see the job offers that require that skill. And it's going to leave you with basically FOMO. You're going to fear that you're missing out on those opportunities because you don't have that skill. And in some sense, you are. The problem is, especially if you're brand new, you don't have depth in any skill set. The most you're going to be able to do in the short time between now, whatever point you decide to change gears, and when you need to have a job, is probably pretty minimal unless you just have tons of money sitting in the bank. And even if you do, there are probably better ways to use that. So if you make it your policy to jump on the next hottest bandwagon and learn as much as you can so that you can then feel like you can start applying for those jobs, all you're going to have is you're going to have a skill set that is a mile wide and an inch deep. Nobody wants to hire an inch deep. When they list a specific technology on a job description, they want somebody who is really good or has a lot of experience in that. If you don't have any experience in it, but you have experience in some other stack, you should lean into that. Build the depth in that and get all the foundational concepts absolutely dialed. Once you have those foundational concepts, it's really pretty easy to take them and apply them to another stack or even a completely different language that you've never worked with before. There are exceptions to this rule. If you absolutely picked the wrong direction to go in the beginning, maybe you picked COBOL, then it's probably a good idea to reevaluate and get on a track where you're going to have some more job opportunities. What you don't want to do is you don't want to switch gears because last week most of the job descriptions asked for Vue experience, and this week most of them are asking for React. All jumping around like that is going to do is it's going to leave you with a resume that shows that you've been through the getting started tutorials for every language and framework under the sun, and you don't actually know how to build anything. Setting all of that aside, if you start your career with freelancing and you're working for non-technical clients, your stack doesn't really matter anyway because they don't know and don't care. You're also getting real experience building actual projects, and people who might want to hire you will see those and they will understand the value of taking a project through to completion, regardless of the tech stack you're using to get there. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.